Top 30 Yoga Instructor Interview Questions and Answers. Preparing for a yoga instructor interview requires confidence, clarity, and a deep understanding of yoga philosophy, teaching methods, and student engagement. This guide provides the top 30 commonly asked interview questions, along with thoughtful, professional 70-word answers. Whether you're interviewing for a studio, gym, retreat center, or corporate wellness role, these responses will help you communicate your skills effectively. Use them to refine your teaching approach and present yourself as a mindful, knowledgeable yoga professional. 1. Why do you want to work as a yoga instructor? I want to work as a yoga instructor because teaching yoga allows me to share a practice that has transformed my own life physically, mentally, and emotionally. I enjoy helping students connect with their breath, improve mobility, and cultivate mindfulness. Guiding others on their wellness journey is deeply fulfilling. I'm passionate about creating supportive class environments where students feel empowered, balanced, and inspired to grow both on and off the mat. 2. What styles of yoga are you trained in? I am trained in multiple styles, including Hatha, Vinyasa, and Restorative Yoga, which allows me to tailor classes to students' needs. Hatha supports foundational alignment, Vinyasa builds strength and flow, and Restorative helps with relaxation and healing. This variety enables me to create balanced classes suitable for different skill levels. I continue to study new styles because expanding my knowledge enhances my ability to serve diverse student groups effectively. 3. How do you structure a typical yoga class? I structure a typical class by beginning with grounding breath work, followed by gentle warm-up movements to prepare the body. Then I guide students through a sequence of standing, balancing, and seated postures designed to build strength and flexibility. I focus on mindful transitions and alignment cues. The class ends with cool-down stretches and a relaxing savasana. This structure creates an intentional flow that supports both physical and mental well-being. 4. How do you ensure correct alignment in your students? I ensure correct alignment by offering clear verbal cues, visual demonstrations, and mindful adjustments when appropriate. I observe each student carefully and adapt instructions based on individual needs or limitations. I use props like blocks, straps, and bolsters to support safe alignment. My goal is to guide students into poses safely without forcing their bodies. By encouraging mindful awareness and body listening, I promote safe, effective posture alignment. 5. How do you handle students with different experience levels in one class? When teaching mixed-level classes, I provide modifications for beginners and variations for more advanced students. I structure sequences that allow participants to move at their own pace while maintaining safety. Clear instructions help students choose the right level for their bodies. I encourage a non-competitive environment and remind everyone to honor their personal limits. By creating inclusive options, I ensure that all students feel supported and challenged appropriately. 6. What is your approach to hands-on adjustments? My approach to hands-on adjustments prioritizes consent and comfort. I always ask students if they are open to physical adjustments and provide alternatives. When adjustments are offered, they are gentle, intentional, and aimed at enhancing alignment or stability. I avoid forceful corrections and remain mindful of individual boundaries. My goal is to support each student's experience safely while maintaining trust and creating a respectful, empowering class environment. 7. How do you keep your classes engaging? I keep my classes engaging by incorporating thoughtful sequencing, creative transitions, themed sessions, and varied peak poses. I use breath work, mindfulness cues, and grounding music to deepen the experience. I pay attention to energy levels, adjusting class intensity as needed. Offering modifications keeps the practice accessible and dynamic. I also connect with students individually, helping them feel seen and supported. This combination ensures a motivating and meaningful class experience. 8. How do you incorporate breath work into your classes? I incorporate breath work by beginning each class with grounding pranayama techniques to center students. Throughout the practice, I cue breath awareness to support transitions, deepen stretches, and maintain focus. I use techniques like Ujjayi, diaphragmatic breathing, or alternate nostril breathing, depending on class goals. Breath work enhances relaxation, balance, and mental clarity. By emphasizing breath-body connection, I help students cultivate mindfulness and move with intention. 9. How do you manage a class that feels distracted or unbalanced? When a class feels distracted or unbalanced, I gently redirect focus using grounding breath cues or brief pauses between sequences. I might slow the pace, introduce easier transitions, or incorporate longer holds to restore presence. Calming music and center verbal cues help refocus energy. My aim is to create a supportive environment where students feel guided back into alignment, both mentally and physically, without judgment or pressure. 10. How do you modify poses for students with injuries? I modify poses by first understanding the student's injury and any movement restrictions. I offer alternative postures, reduce ranges of motion, and supportive props to ensure safe practice. I avoid poses that could worsen the condition and encourage mindful movement. Communication is essential, so I check in with the student throughout the class. My goal is to provide a healing, accessible experience while respecting the student's limitations. 11. How do you explain complex poses to beginners? I explain complex poses by breaking them down into simple foundational steps and focusing on alignment, breath, and balance. I demonstrate slowly, offer visual cues, and provide props to make the posture accessible. I encourage students to progress at their own pace and remind them that mastering advanced poses takes time. Creating a supportive atmosphere helps beginners feel comfortable exploring new movements without pressure or frustration. 12. How do you handle difficult or disruptive students? I handle difficult or disruptive students with calm professionalism. I gently redirect their attention by offering modifications, encouragement, or clearer cues. If behavior continues to affect the class, I address the student privately after the session to understand their needs and set boundaries respectfully. My priority is maintaining a peaceful, safe environment where all students feel respected. Compassion and clear communication help resolve issues effectively. 13. What safety precautions do you take during class? I take safety precautions by offering proper warm-ups, monitoring alignment, and ensuring smooth transitions between poses. I encourage students to listen to their bodies and avoid pushing beyond their limits. I demonstrate safe modifications and use props to prevent strain. I'm attentive to signs of fatigue or discomfort and adjust my teaching accordingly. Maintaining a mindful, non-judgmental atmosphere helps reduce the risk of injuries and supports safe practice. 14. How do you stay updated with yoga knowledge and trends? I stay updated by attending workshops, online courses, and advanced teacher trainings. I follow respected yoga teachers, read books on yoga philosophy, and engage with wellness communities. Practicing regularly and exploring different styles helps expand my skill set. I also stay aware of emerging trends in yoga, such as trauma-informed teaching or functional movement. Continuous learning strengthens my teaching and helps me provide relevant, modern, and effective classes. 15. How do you create a welcoming environment for new students? I create a welcoming environment by greeting new students warmly, asking about their experience level, and ensuring they feel comfortable before class begins. I offer clear instructions, demonstrate modifications, and check in with them during the session. I emphasize a non-competitive, judgment-free atmosphere where everyone practices at their own pace. Building trust and offering encouragement helps new students feel relaxed, supported, and motivated to return. 16. How do you incorporate yoga philosophy into classes? I incorporate yoga philosophy through subtle themes, mindfulness cues, and reflections on principles like balance, gratitude, or non-judgment. I share brief insights without overwhelming students, integrating concepts naturally into breathwork and asanas. I emphasize presence, compassion, and self-awareness. My goal is to enrich the physical practice by connecting it with deeper meaning, helping students experience yoga holistically rather than focusing solely on movement. 17. What do you do if a student becomes emotional during practice? If a student becomes emotional, I create a supportive, non-intrusive space by offering gentle reassurance without drawing attention. I may suggest grounding breaths or a resting pose. After class, I respectfully check in to ensure they feel okay. Yoga can release stored emotions, so I hold space with compassion and sensitivity. My goal is to make the student feel safe, respected, and comfortable continuing their practice. 18. How do you manage time during your classes? I manage time by planning a clear sequence with estimated durations for warm-up, main flow, Peak poses cool down and relaxation. I stay mindful of pacing and adjust if needed to ensure the class ends smoothly and on time. I avoid rushing by keeping transitions organized and cues concise. Time awareness helps maintain a balanced session that respects both student schedules and the overall class structure. 19. What makes your teaching style unique? My teaching style is unique because I emphasize mindful movement, personalized attention, and an inclusive, calming atmosphere. I focus on breath-to-movement connection, thoughtful sequencing, and clear alignment cues. I adapt the practice to meet individual needs while encouraging self-awareness. My compassionate approach helps students feel supported, confident, and present. I aim to create classes that are both physically strengthening and mentally grounding. 20. How do you encourage students to progress safely? I encourage safe progression by emphasizing proper alignment, using props, and building foundational strength before advancing to more complex poses. I remind students to listen to their bodies, not compare themselves to others, and move mindfully. I provide step-by-step variations that allow gradual improvement. Creating a supportive atmosphere helps students explore challenges while reducing injury risk. 21. How do you choose music for your classes? I choose music that aligns with class energy, theme, and pace. Soft instrumental or nature sounds work well for gentle flows, while rhythmic, calming tracks support vinyasa sessions. I ensure the volume is low enough to let students hear my cues clearly. Music enhances mood, supports relaxation, and helps maintain steady breath work. My goal is to create a balanced, immersive environment without distracting from practice. 22. How do you adapt classes for pregnant students? I adapt classes for pregnant students by avoiding deep twists, intense backbends, or poses requiring lying flat for prolonged periods. I provide supportive modifications like elevated poses, wide stances, and props for comfort. I encourage slow transitions, breath awareness, and hydration. Safety is my priority, so I check in with the student throughout the class. The goal is to offer a gentle, nurturing practice that supports their changing body. 23. How do you handle feedback from students? I welcome feedback with openness and gratitude because it helps me grow as an instructor. I listen carefully, acknowledge concerns, and make adjustments when appropriate. Positive feedback motivates me, while constructive comments guide improvements in sequencing, pacing, or communication. Creating a safe space where students feel comfortable sharing helps build trust and enhances their overall experience. 24. What props do you use most often in your classes? I frequently use blocks, straps, bolsters, and blankets to support alignment and comfort. Blocks help with balance and reaching the ground. Straps enhance flexibility, and bolsters aid relaxation. Blankets are useful for neat cushioning and warmth during savasana. Props make yoga accessible to all levels by offering stability and customization. They help students move safely and deepen their practice. 25. How do you motivate students who feel discouraged? I motivate discouraged students by offering encouragement, acknowledging their efforts, and reminding them that progress in yoga is gradual. I provide supportive modifications and celebrate small improvements. I reinforce the idea that yoga is a personal journey, not a performance. Focusing on breath, patience, and self-compassion helps students regain confidence. My goal is to keep them inspired and connected to the joy of practice. 26. What is your teaching philosophy? My teaching philosophy centers around mindful movement, compassion, and inclusiveness. I believe yoga should be accessible to all, regardless of age, ability, or experience. I focus on safe alignment, breath awareness, and creating a peaceful, supportive environment. I encourage students to explore their practice with curiosity rather than judgment. My goal is to empower individuals to build strength, balance, and inner calm both on and off the mat. 27. How you handle unexpected challenges during class. I handle unexpected challenges by staying calm and adaptable. Whether it's equipment issues, space limitations, or a student feeling unwell, I adjust the flow as needed without disrupting the class's energy. Clear communication and quick problem-solving help maintain a supportive environment. My priority is ensuring safety and continuity while keeping students comfortable and focused. Flexibility allows me to navigate challenges smoothly. 28. How do you introduce meditation to beginners? I introduce meditation by starting with simple, short practices such as breath awareness or guided relaxation. I explain that meditation is about noticing thoughts without judgment. I offer comfortable seated or lying down options and keep the session approachable. By using gentle cues and grounding techniques, I help beginners feel at ease. The goal is to build trust and familiarity, eventually guiding them into deeper mindfulness practices. 29. Why is breath work so important in yoga? Breath work is essential because it connects the mind and body, supports movement, and promotes mental clarity. Proper breathing enhances focus, increases oxygen flow, and helps regulate the nervous system. It allows students to transition smoothly between poses, release tension, and deepen their practice. Breath awareness also strengthens mindfulness, helping students stay present. In yoga, breath is a powerful tool for grounding, healing, and cultivating balance. 30. Why should we hire you as a yoga instructor? You should hire me because I bring strong knowledge of yoga principles, a compassionate teaching style, and a commitment to creating safe, inclusive classes. I tailor my sessions to diverse student needs and maintain high professional standards. I am reliable, dedicated, and passionate about helping individuals grow through mindful movement. My goal is to contribute positively to your wellness community and support students' physical and emotional well-being. Thank you for exploring these top yoga instructor interview questions and answers. Preparing thoughtful responses helps you communicate your passion for yoga, your teaching skills, and your dedication to student well-being. Use these insights to build confidence and express your unique approach to yoga instruction. With preparation and authenticity, you'll be ready to make a strong impression and succeed in your interview. Wishing you peace, clarity, and success on your journey.